Right. So, forgive me if the angle's all fucked up, but I just got this camera. I'm learning how to use it. It's a wonderful gift from my spouse. So yeah, here we go. I'm starting. So today is the first day it hasn't been over 95 degrees this week. Today and tomorrow are supposed to be the only cool days of the week, which is really nice. I'm gonna say a lot until I get more used to talking to a camera, so you're gonna have to deal with that. So today I'm gonna go fish my local river. I'm not gonna say where. If you know me, if you know where I live, you can figure that out. But I'm not trying to hotspot blow up something that is already too popular, you know, so there's that. I am gonna fish the river, but you know, even though it is a cool day out, it's still a little iffy fishing for trout, which is what I prefer to fish for. So I do know of a pod of smallmouth bass that are in this portion of the river, and another benefit of it is they're not native to the river. They're not technically invasive either, says the local Fish and Wildlife thing, which, you know, I don't really understand. But they are also in an area where a cooling spring, I'm going to call it, because if I say what it actually is, you'll be able to figure out what river I'm on real quick, comes in. And so even if I do accidentally catch a trout, you know, while I'm trying to get these smallmouth, I'm not going to feel too bad because it's a cooler day and it's in the coldest spot of the river that I know of. And we'll see how it goes. It's going to be really nice. So I have my 6-weight rod, which is my favorite weight. It's really good for everything in between. You can catch big fish, you can catch little fish. It's good for everything. But I do currently have it rigged up for my last outing, which was carp. So I'm going to pull off my balanced leech, pull off my really heavy leader, and go with a lighter river setup. And we'll see how it goes. I hope it's good. So I'm going to rig up. All right. Well, I'm at my destination. There's an interesting drive because there was a manhunt. Apparently some guys running around in this part of my town. I crashed a car, held somebody up with a gun, broke into somebody else's house, so just got done talking to the sheriff over there. And hopefully I don't bump into him on the river, you know. Part of fishing urban rivers, you know, you should still carry bear spray. And so what I do is I carry bear spray in my fishing pack pretty much all the time, because if I'm in the wilderness, for bear and moose and cougars and all that stuff. And then when I'm in town, you know, you could be running into somebody who's having a hard time socially. Like, I'm not trying to bring anybody down. I've been homeless, I've done drugs, I've done tons of shit, but, you know, they're unpredictable. So it's always good. Just make sure you're aware and have a way to defend yourself anywhere, any place you are. Because there's always a risk. I mean, fly fishing, it's not the most dangerous sport, you know, but there are risks besides drowning and all that stuff. Sometimes people are at risk, so just something to keep in mind. But I'm at my spot. Well, not my spot, a spot. I actually don't fish up here very much unless it's a really hot year and I'm trying to get smallmouth bass or something. So here I am getting ready. I'm gonna wet wade today because even though it is a cooler day compared to the previous weeks, it's pretty warm, and I haven't really got a chance to wet wade too much this summer because I went from, you know, being too cold to do it to way too hot to really fish. And the places I go when it's hot, it's usually pretty gross water, so I like to wear my waders, but this part of the river is fairly clean. So yay, wet wading. Nice refreshing wet wade. Hopefully I get some bass. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. And another thing I do, especially in fishing by the urban rivers or whatever, even at some wilderness access points, people have a big issue with break-ins. So I like to put a sunshade up, you know, block the heat. And I also get a club, steering wheel lock, just to kind of deter people from, oh, sorry about that being in your way. That's my dog's leash. You're gonna have to deal with it. Deter people from, if they do manage to bust out my window, you know, maybe they'll get some of my camping equipment I keep in my car, which is always a bad idea as well. At least they're not gonna steal my car, so that's good. So I'm here. I'm ready to catch some fish. So wish me luck. I hope it's good. I might film a little bit down by the water, but like I said earlier, I will probably repeat 100 times in my videos if you end up watching me, or if this actually becomes a thing. Probably not going to show too much of the water or too much of where I'm at. Even this, you know, it's probably giving away a little bit too much, but I'm not going to say where I'm at, and if you can figure it out, good for you. Keep it to yourself, please. So wish me luck. Well, I've landed one, lost one. I've only been here for half an hour. I mean, yeah, it's been nice, but also there's a huge fucking family right over there. I don't know if you can see them. And I hate that. You know, I'm kind of a selfish person when it comes to the river and my time on the water. I know it's for everybody, and it's public land. That's the whole reason why I'm here, you know. And they're just doing the same thing I am. I just fucking, excuse the language. Well, you're gonna hear it a lot if you watch my videos, so I guess get used to that. It's just so annoying having kids like screaming about crayfish and stuff, but that's what you get for fishing an urban river. And I knew it was something I was gonna have to deal with coming out here, so whose fault is it really? Mine, obviously, but you know, it's just one of those things. Catch-22 when it comes to enjoying the outdoors. Other people are going to try to enjoy them. There's really nothing you can do about it, but it is nice to get to more private spots. Unfortunately, this is where the fish that I'm not going to kill with these hot temperatures are sitting. So, and it's really slippery, even with felt soles. Whew, that'll wake you up. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep fishing and try not to fall in the river. See if I can get any more. Looks like there's a nice little drop off up here. Trying to make it to very carefully without breaking my leg or falling in. If you can see, I don't have my polarized lens on because I just got this camera. I don't know how to put it on yet. But I'm sure you can see it's pretty clear. And yeah. But here we go. I'm gonna do a couple more drifts here and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so no dice at this spot. So I did see some chasing a dragonfly up here a little ways. Even though I'm not using a floating fly, they're trying to get like the one solitary dragonfly that's bouncing around on the water. That means they're usually pretty hungry. And they're bass, so a lot of times I just take what's presented to them. If they haven't been fished pretty heavily. A lot of people don't even know these fish are in this this river or this section of the river. So I'm going to make my way back down that way and see if I get them. If I do, maybe I'll give you a video preview. Who knows? But that is the plan right now. And forgive me, I don't have all the camera mounts and stuff for this thing yet, so I am freehanding it. Which, you know, honestly, I don't mind because it helps me keeps things a little bit more private. It's like, what's the point of having a fishing vlog if you're trying to keep it private? Well, you know, I'm doing this for me mostly, so that's it. That's why. So moving on. Really shallow this time of year, which usually, I mean, it's the first week of July. It's a week after the 4th. And this river is usually not this shallow, but that's just a sign of climate change and what's happening here. So it's kind of a bummer, but like the species that survive, you need to adapt. And that means adapting your fishing methods, or if you live in an area where there's not a warm water species option, which seems like that's getting more and more rare, so a lot of people don't have to worry about that. And if you don't have to worry about it, I would consider you lucky, because I'd much rather be chasing salmonoids in the Arctic than these warm water species. So, all right, I will let you know if I get anything. Goodbye. Well, there we go. I got what I was after. So I took this little pink bead head stonefly prince conglomeration. But yeah, there's a smallie, river smallie right there. Pretty cool. Whoa, yummy! Look at that. Mmm, sushi. It's a big ol' sucker right there. You would almost think it's a carp, but no. I think what we have around here are called large-scale suckers or something like that, and that's a dead one. Yum. This looks like could be a beaver dam area or something, but never really know. Could just be a tweaker nest. All right, I'm still going on. Just thought you'd want to see that disgusting dead fish. I find it interesting. Here we go. Here's another one. Not super big. He actually took it from the big guy that was chasing it. But yeah, there we go. Pretty cool. And another one. It's funny, when you hook them, all the other bass start chasing them. And so far I've only had one really decent one on. That's the one I lost. And the rest have been pretty little guys, but the big ones are following them. So I know they're in here, and I'm just going to keep trying. Really pretty fish though. Really neat fish. Had a pretty good day. 5 fish. Nothing too big, but it was nice to get out, try for a species of fish that I don't fish for too regularly. But I wanted to bring up one thing. I always get a lot of people being like, man, I wish I could fly fish, or man, I'd love to learn how to fly fish, and I guess my response to that is like, just do it. Just get out and do it. You won't learn wishing. And your first year is always going to be pretty horrible. I remember I didn't catch any till about a year and a half in. Howdy. Walking on a public trail, filming myself, I guess I gotta get used to doing this if I'm gonna commit to it, so. It still feels awkward. Either way, your first year is gonna suck. You're not gonna know everything right off the bat. And just buy yourself a cheap setup. Don't go expensive unless you know you're gonna love it. I know a lot of people that, they got the idea of fly fishing in their head, and then they went all in, spend $400 or $500 worth of intermediate level gear, and then they never use it. Just sits, which is unfortunate. You spend all that money to not use it. So don't make that mistake. Go cheap first. A brand I really like, this isn't one of their cheaper rods, but this is an Echo, which I'm not sponsored or whatever, anything by anybody. They got some really nice entry-level rods for like $70. So if you've spent $70 on a spinning rig or whatever, spend $70 on a cheap entry fly rod and just get going with it. I will say it does really help meeting other people in the community. There's a guy poaching right down there. Look at that, using bait. You're not supposed to do that, but whatever. It does help to know somebody, teach you some tips and tricks. If you can't do that, watch some videos online, or somehow learn some techniques. Like I said, fishing with a buddy is awesome because you get to share the experience, and all that jazz, and they can teach you stuff and show you things that, you know, you probably wouldn't have figured out on your own. Look at this, this is really nice. Wow. Some people. Either way. But don't give up hope if you don't have anybody to fish with or to show you anything. You know, sure, I fish with people fairly often, but the days alone on the river are the days where, or the lake or wherever you're fishing, are the days where you really get to experiment and try new things, new techniques without embarrassment if it doesn't work out. And you really get to work on the stuff that you have learned or already know, and it gives you that opportunity to kind of test yourself and see what you like about fly fishing, maybe a type of fly fishing you like or something like that. But honestly, if you want to get into fly fishing or, you know, try it out, do it. Just do it. It's the only way you can do it, like Shia LaBeouf says. So that's my advice for that. You know, it's going to be really frustrating, but if you figure out you like it and you have a calling for it, stick with it. It'll get easier, just like everything else. But that's my advice. And yeah, I'm probably going to end it on that. It was a really good day, but it's getting really hot. The bite's slowing down. I don't know, I kind of wandered out of the bass territory into some trouty water, and I don't want to do that to him right now. So I'm going to walk my happy ass back home and start editing this video, I guess. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more, I guess. Bye.